There was a murder just one block from Albert Street. We'll tell you about the latest victim who was visiting his kids when the gunman came hunting, and one of the police witnesses to the Budna kidnapping. He's now being brought up on disciplinary charges. We'll tell you about this interesting development. Plus, City Hall can say bye-bye to the Belkin Bridge replacement project. It's officially been sent back to the MIDH for project execution. We'll tell you what's behind the power play. Also, Belize Flatfishers demand more consultations on the plan to protect 20% of Belize's marine space. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight, Thursday, December 4th, 2025. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craig.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
What made me want to start my journey in terms of owning a home was basically me having my own space, my own domain, and having something extremely special for my family. That feeling was indescribable. It was amazing, you know, moving in the first time, seeing all the new furniture, the new paint, the new accessories. I was amazed. Home for the holidays means to me bonding with my family, having an amazing time in the Christmas spirit. I would highly recommend Atlantic Bank's personal loans for home renovations because of what it did for me. I fixed my kitchen, I fixed my storage, I fixed my master bedroom, my showers, you name it, I fixed it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Why settle for one look when you can have two? Available now at Mikado are these reversible blackout curtains that give you two beautiful styles in one. Perfect for any mood or room refresh. And the best part, they're only $45. Yes, two looks for the price of one. Switch it up anytime. Cozy one day, classy the next. And with blackout fabric, you'll enjoy privacy, comfort, and a good night's sleep too. Visit us at number 37 Albert Street and choose your favorite style of reversible blackout curtains or shop online at WhatsApp 609-2222. Mikado, your number one textile palace.
Belize, it's that time again. GST-free weekends are back on December 6th, 7th, 20th, and 21st. Just in time for big savings for Christmas. On these weekends, most local retail goods will be GST-free at checkout. That includes frequently bought standard-rated goods such as furniture, appliances, electronics, clothing and footwear, Christmas decorations, curtains, rugs, Marley, toys, and grocery items like seasonings, mixed essences, mixed fruits, and soft drinks. Everything you need to make your December more affordable. And good news for the holiday cooks. Picnic shoulder ham, smoked ham leg, and imported turkey are 0 rated all December long. And before you leave the store, always take a quick look at your receipt. You should see the GST removed or discounted automatically. So that means more savings and more room in your Christmas budget. So Belize, let's shop smart this Christmas season. December 6th, 7th, 20th, and 21st, GST-free weekends brought to you by Belize Tax Services.
Belizeans love motorcycles because they're fast for the road, they're cheap on gas. But listen to me, the last time I checked, your head no grow back. So make we try protect it. So Terrence for Transport will give you 4 ways how you could be safe on the road. The first thing is your helmet. Your helmet no business to decorate your motorcycle handlebar. The business to protect your head. So make sure you get a helmet whether the correct size and our DOT certified for the best protection. And you have to make sure that you have something to protect your eyes and a strap where you can securely strap down the helmet so you don't blow off. Number 2. You have to have exactly that. Just 2 people on your motorcycle. So please, not treat your motorcycle like a bus line. Number 3, I think I never had to say this. You overtake for the left side, not for the right side like you try to surprise the vehicle. And worse, not try overtake when you see one next vehicle that go down the road and you are still trying waggle through the traffic. Hey, up on a curve, why you are overtake on a curve? You can't see where they come on the curve. Wait until you pass the curve to try overtake. No make us see you do that, because I will give you this. You will get about 3 of this. Number 4, the last time you must not speed abreast when somebody overtake you. Stop the tri-beef Vin Diesel. Make the pass, man. And this is why Terrence make a whole safety checklist to ensure that you don't get a lot of them from me. You have to make sure your bike have a light. You use it day or night, DOT certified helmet. You and your one passenger drive the speed limit, overtake properly. Because safety is not for style. Safety is to save lives.
Ride safe and ride smart.
On August 30th, 2023, Central Bank Governor Curry Michael, originally brought into the bank's senior ranks under the UDP, placed one of his close associates as administrator of St. Francis Xavier Credit Union. What was described as an interim measure has now dragged on for over 2 years with no end in sight. So the question is simple. Why is the government allowing Mr. Michael and the central bank to use heavy-handed tactics against the credit union movement?
Electricity is essential for everyday life, but behind every outlet, a lot is happening to bring you safe, reliable, and sustainable energy. Let's start at the beginning. Independent power producers across Belize generate electricity using a mix of renewable and non-renewable resources. Electricity travels across a network of high-voltage transmission lines capable of transmitting electricity across long distances. Electricity then reaches your nearest substation, where it is adjusted to a lower voltage, making it safe to travel on the distribution lines you see in your community. From there, electricity makes its final journey from the distribution lines to your home, providing you with safe and reliable power when you need it. We continue to serve you.
These charter remains aren't from
We're
an
navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023.
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Shirley Kelso, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight.
We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
They're not just Christmas season, they're $1 million season. Because sometimes the biggest blessing come in the shape of a lead ticket. This Christmas, the best gift could just be a ticket for $1 million. The $1 million jackpot draws December 20th. Buy a ticket now at any certified Bolito seller on the For We Bolito app or at forwebolito.bz. Go buy your ticket today for a chance to make your Christmas season extra special.
Every day, Belizeans use their creativity to bring ideas to life in the form of music, art, inventions, designs, and brands. These creations of the mind not only express who we are, but also shape the future of our communities and our country.
Intellectual property, or IP, is about protecting your creative ideas. At the Belize Intellectual Property Office, we administer 4 main types of IP protection. Patents that protect inventions, new machines, and new processes. Copyright, which protects works like art, music, writings, and movies. Trademarks that offer protection for business names, logos, and slogans. And industrial designs that protect the aesthetic appearance of a product. Applying to register your IP with Belaipo gives you legal protection over what you created. This means that once registered, no one can copy or use your idea without your permission. Registering helps innovators like yourself thrive and supports fair competition. Your protection starts from the day you file your application. While your certificate is being examined and published, your rights are already in effect.
Using someone else's design, logo, or content without permission isn't just unfair, it's against the law. Even international IP are protected in Belize and vice versa.
Enforcing your rights helps protect your work if someone copies or misuses it. You can enforce your rights by sending written warnings, taking legal action, or even asking customs to stop the importation of fake products. Intellectual property protects Belizean creativity and innovation. Learn more about IP with Belaipo and protect your creations.
Belize, get ready. From December 8th to 12th at 8 p.m., Channel 7 brings you Christmas Bram 2025. 5 nights of pure holiday magic. Your favorite media hosts, Brandon, Kevin, Miriam, Indira, and me, will light up your evenings with something exciting and different each night. Prizes, surprises, and non-stop fun await. For just 25 cents a ticket, you can enter to win amazing giveaways available right at our office. And don't miss the grand finale on December 12th at Travelers One Barrel Bar, featuring the dynamic Super Furia Band live on stage. Want to be a part of our live audience? Grab your golden ticket for only $10 and get chances to win fabulous prizes reserved just for you. It's Channel 7's Christmas Bram 2025. So come celebrate with me. 5 nights, endless excitement, and one unforgettable finale. Don't miss it.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
There was a murder on East Canal this afternoon, just about 500 feet from our studio. 7 News was first on the scene after Jamai Belgrave's family rushed him to the hospital. Here's what Clifford Mejia saw.
A little after 4 o'clock p.m. today, 28-year-old Jamai Belgrave was visiting his children at his family home here on East Canal when he was shot right at the entrance, just as he was leaving. A gunman who is believed to have been waiting for him fired 3 shots and sped off. Belgrave was rushed to the KHMH but was pronounced dead on arrival. Police were quick to respond with strike teams, but they could only gather evidence. They collected expended shells, bullet fragments, blood swabs, and now have another murder to solve. This one, likely gang-related. Belgrave was charged for being a member of the George Street Gang in 2023. Clifford Mejia, 7 News.
Belgrave's uncle, well-known family court driver Raymond Belgrave, died in a fatal accident in May of this year. Tonight, 7 News has information of disciplinary charges being brought against one of the key police witnesses to the Budna kidnapping. He is one of 2 officers being charged internally by the Professional Standards Branch for soliciting a bribe. It happened at the Orange Walk police station on September 24th when 2 police officers, one a constable, the other a corporal, allegedly colluded to shake down a detainee named Hector Rios for $1,000. The constable allegedly told Rios that if he paid the $1,000, they would let him go. Rios' wife brought the cash, and the constable is then accused of splitting it with the corporal. The report was made in September, but it took 2.5 months for charges to be brought, and we've been following it closely in the background. Our reports told us that the complaint was being kept on the back burner to protect one of the officers so that he would collude in the Budna kidnapping cover-up by giving one of those less-than-nothing statements to investigators. Well, he did so, but now that the internal charge has been brought, it is left to be seen if he will remain a part of the cover-up. The officers are set to appear before a police tribunal on December 10th. We'll keep following it. Exactly 2 months ago, 7 News broke the story on the mini scandal with the Belkin Bridge. Engineer Roque Matus of M&M Engineering alleged that a Lebanese firm had plagiarized his design and then sold it to the city council. On that same day, the city council had a Belkin Bridge unveiling, saying that the council, with funding from Taiwan, was funding this mega project. It was part of a bigger play within the corridors of power to take the bridge project away from the MIDH and put it in the hands of the Ministry of Economic Transformation. At the time, the chief engineer told us it was strange and appalling.
How unusual is it that the executing agency would be the city council, who's not really even in charge of that road and has never overseen the construction of a bridge?
From my personal perspective, I think it's very unusual. Honestly, as I have mentioned, you have been here for 28 years. And for that entire time, it is the Ministry of Works, formerly Ministry of Works, now MIDH, that has implemented all bridge structures in the country. All. There haven't been any structure in the country that has been implemented by any other agency within Belize. None. And so it was very, I would say, strange and appalling to myself for us to be advised that another agency would be the executing agency for the Belcan.
Well, tonight we can confirm that the play to take the bridge project is over. The Belize City Council will not be the executing agency for the Belkin Bridge. It has gone back to the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing. MIDH Minister Julius Espat yesterday confirmed to 7 News that the project is back at the MIDH, which will execute the project entirely. He says that next week they are setting up the team and will start the bidding process now. Bear in mind that the City Council had already invited bids to be unsealed on November 14th. But on the day before those were to be opened, a notice was sent out that the bid opening had been deferred until further notice. As for the Lebanese firm, which was contracted and paid to supervise the project for the city councils, Espat said he did not know who they are and they will not be involved in any project at the MIDH. The Belkin Bridge replacement project is one block of a much larger project of highway rehabilitation, and it also includes a swing bridge replacement, which will be announced in 2 weeks. We'll take a first break. When we come back, Belize flat fishers demand more consultations on the plan to protect 20% of Belize's marine space. Don't go away.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
This weekend is going to be massive. Shop at any of our Benny's entity this Saturday and Sunday for our massive X-Massive weekends. 19% off plus no GST equals huge savings. Enjoy as much as 50% off on select items, leaving you with even more cash in your pocket. With falling prices and X-Massive deals going on right now, you save even more. And don't forget your B-Bucks whenever you make a purchase. Don't have the app yet? You can easily download via Google Play or App Store and sign up to start earning your B-Bucks. So visit a Benny's store or Benny's entity near you on Saturday, December 6th and 20th from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Sunday, December 7th and 21st from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Huge savings, no GST. It's the massive X-Massive weekends only at Benny's.
Benny's, Benny's, oh, Benny's,
Benny's. We used to have a beach where you could go, you could sit down with your family, you know, and just enjoy. And now you can't even walk to the front there. You can't even sit around again. No beach.
What you're seeing there is really the vulnerability of such a community to climate change.
I left Barranco 1970, and when I came back 1985,
Then I start to see the erosion. But after 5 years after that, our next heavy erosion, then you start and see it is eroding very much, you know.
Maybe around let us give it a 10 to 15 years, and then this will all be gone if we don't do something about it.
Barranco has been experiencing significant erosion to the point where homes are being lost. It's directly impacting the welfare of the community members.
Right now, it's getting closer to the police station. It's getting closer to just Father Carl's house, but Father Carl is dead, but the house is still there. So it's getting more closer.
Because what we used to do, we used to plant coconuts along the beach, and all of that is gone. All of that is gone now.
So what we're witnessing in Barranco is a powerful reminder of how important a Blue Bond program is. And so we're investing through the Belize Fund in studies to understand the problem a little bit more.
And we went out there to meet with them. We went to Barranco, and we brought along with us an expert who was with TNC, the Nature Conservancy, to provide guidance to them.
But according to the science, people who people are dealing with, they say it will take time because they have to study how the erosion started, why it is there. So I think it will be a time that will not be right now. Hope they can find solution to it before more erosion continues.
I think the Barranco community is very much involved in this, and they're wanting it. Learning how the methodologies are being done, learning how to do ground shooting so that in the future they can do it themselves. So it shows interest from the community in learning more as well.
Well, I was born in Barranco, so everything about Barranco I love.
Everybody wants to see better for Barranco. Everybody wants to see development, and everybody wants to stop the erosion.
And so what we are doing through the Blue Bond program is to look at Barranco and to understand the urgency of now looking at how we could now mitigate the erosion problem and to safeguard that community for its people.
Belize, get ready. From December 8th to 12th at 8 p.m., Channel 7 brings you Christmas Bram 2025. 5 nights of pure holiday magic. Your favorite media hosts, Brandon, Kevin, Miriam, Indira, and me, will light up your evenings with something exciting and different each night. Prizes, surprises, and non-stop fun await. For just 25 cents a ticket, you can enter to win amazing giveaways available right at our office. And don't miss the grand finale on December 12th at Travelers One Barrel Bar, featuring the dynamic Super Furia Band live on stage. Want to be a part of our live audience? Grab your golden ticket for only $10 and get chances to win fabulous prizes reserved just for you. It's Channel 7's Christmas Bram 2025. So come celebrate with me. 5 nights, endless excitement, and one unforgettable finale. Don't miss it.
Driving around, particularly during this holiday season, can be quite an experience. Families are out shopping, and the streets are buzzing with excitement. It reminds me that this season is all about connections, and it starts with how we treat each other, even on the road. When I'm behind the wheel, I always remind myself that being on the road is more than just following the rules. It's about looking out for each other and making sure we all get home safely to our families. This season, let's continue to be alert and be kind on the road. Be courteous, give way, and stay safe. A message from BEL.
On August 30th, 2023, Central Bank Governor Curry Michael, originally brought into the bank's senior ranks under the UDP, placed one of his close associates as administrator of St. Francis Xavier Credit Union. What was described as an interim measure has now dragged on for over 2 years with no end in sight. So the question is simple. Why is the government allowing Mr. Michael and the central bank to use heavy-handed tactics against the credit union movement?
The journey towards owning a home was a family decision as we needed stability and security. And it was a financial investment that we would have for our family's legacy. Getting a home loan from Atlantic Bank was very easy. The officers there were able to walk you through the process and you were able to ask questions. Moving into our home for the first time was a blessed and happy experience. I remember turning the key for the first time, and the family was so excited to see our new home where we'd be making new memories in.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Belizeans love motorcycles because they're fast for the road, they're cheap on gas. But listen to me, the last time I checked, your head no grow back. So make we try protect it. So Terrence for Transport will give you 4 ways how you could be safe on the road. The first thing, your helmet. Your helmet no business to decorate your motorcycle handlebar. The business to protect your head. So make sure you get a helmet whether the correct size and our DOT certified for the best protection. And you have to make sure that you have something to protect your eyes and a strap where you can securely strap down the helmet so you don't blow off. Number 2. You have to have exactly that. Just 2 people on your motorcycle. So please, not treat your motorcycle like a bus line. Number 3, I think I never had to say this. You overtake for the left side, not for the right side like you try to surprise the vehicle. And worse, not try to overtake when you see one next vehicle that go down the road and you are still trying to waggle through the traffic. Hey, up on a curve, why you are overtake on a curve? You can't see where they come on the curve. Wait until you pass the curve to try to overtake. Now make I see you do that, because I will give you this. You will get about 3 of this. Number 4, the last time you must not speed abreast when somebody overtake you. Stop the try-be Vin Diesel. Make them pass, man. And this is why Terrence make a whole safety checklist to ensure that you don't get a lot of the near from me. You have to make sure your bike have a light. You use it day or night, DOT certified helmet. You and your 1 passenger drive the speed limit, overtake properly. Because safety is not for style. Safety is to save lives.
Ride safe and ride smart.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
A policeman and a soldier who have been in jail for 3 weeks for perverting the course of justice were back in court today begging for their freedom. BDF Private Ramon Alberto Alcocer and Police Constable Juan Carlos Morales were transported from the prison to the magistrate's court for a mitigation hearing. BDF soldier Ramon Alberto Alcocer cried for mercy from the court. He said he just wanted an opportunity to go home for Christmas to be with his family. Alcocer questioned the system and gave his take on penalties that made the DPP ask him if he knows what the offense he has been convicted of is. He said not really. Both he and Morales were convicted based on evidence that they deliberately gave false statements about the fatal shooting of off-duty BDF soldier Jesse Escobar in 2021. The fatal shooting was caught on camera, which proved their statements about Escobar as the instigator that is, to be untrue. Both men are trying to avoid jail time when the DPP has indicated that she is going for custodial sentences. Here is what she told us when they were convicted on November 12th.
We have felt before that sometimes law enforcement officers would have not told the entire truth in matters in order to shield their colleagues who may have shot or killed persons. But in this particular case, we had incontrovertible evidence to show that the version of events given by this soldier and this police officer was entirely fabricated. And as you may recall, Jules, the recording showed very clearly that Jesse never reached out and grabbed anyone's gun. It showed very clearly that he was not behaving in any aggressive manner towards the person who eventually shot him. But in their statements, they were painting a picture that these civilians were behaving in a very aggressive manner, and that Jesse, who was a soldier himself but was off duty, was threatening Private Rahim Valencio and going towards him with an intention to disarm him. And the magistrate found that that was not at all supported by the video evidence. Definitely a custodial sentence in my view. This is not the kind of offense, and it was an offense committed by law enforcement officers, not the kind of offense that would see a non-custodial sentence being imposed.
The mitigation hearing was adjourned today at 5:30 and will resume on December 9th, when pleas will be heard for Police Constable Morales. If you haven't heard of the Resilient Bold Belize initiative, well, you can join hundreds of fisher folk who probably haven't either. It's a project developed by GOB and other partners set to increase the total area of coral reefs under full protection from 4% to 25% by this month. It's part of the commitments made under the Blue Bond Agreement. It's slated to begin in 2026, with final preparations being made this month. There have been consultations, but key stakeholders had no idea this was happening. And today, they're raising the alarm because they say the areas that will be protected are those that they use to earn their income. They explained more in a press conference today, and Courtney Menzies was there and has this story.
The Resilient Bold Belize initiative's objective is to expand fully protected marine areas from 4% to 20% by next year. To the average person, 20% may not seem like a lot, but tour guides and fishers from the south held a press conference to explain that it's actually a chunk of their livelihoods.
The whole ocean space, our largest barrier reef we have in this whole hemisphere, is less than 10% of Belize water. So break it down to this. When you tell me now it's only 2%, with the top 2% for 10%, you got 10 fingers, I cut off 2. I cut off 2, you're gone. So just to break it down, make Belizean understand, and anybody when I even know about maths, if you look at this picture and see the red, does this look like 2%? When I say that the 10% is so significant because that's where the lobster, the conchs, all of the GDP money come from. The government, they shoot the foot, itself in our own foot, because then lobster and conchs they dive here, see? And not when we talk, not make we talk the 100% water in general. But I just want to paint this picture that we're talking about the reef coverage, which is less than 10%, and we're going to give up 2% out of the 10%.
When it comes down to the percentage, the 30% that the government has mortgaged out our resource, because that is what it actually is. They had literally mortgaged out our seas, and we had no participation, we have no say in how that was done. But in order for this deal to finalize, they need to capitalize on the remaining 5% in order to get the biodiversity zones to 30%, which needs to go into law in 2026. And this is why we are pushing back, because we need clarity.
And they say they require that clarity because the consultations that were held were poorly advertised and poorly attended. A validation workshop was scheduled for today, but it's being put on pause by the Ministry of Blue Economy after Garbutt sounded the alarm. He explained that even those that attended the meetings were unaware of what the project really entailed.
I went personally over to Independence and find out from the cooperative guys. So what happened? I don't know anything about resilient bowl beliefs. I think the answer was, if I tell her it's zero, none. No one out of 100 fishermen, none of them know about it except for the 4 when we gone at the meeting or so-called consultation in Placencia. We won't spend a lot of time doing that. Hence the reason we're here today, saying this. Let's target the threat when it comes to conservation or preservation of anything. Let's target not just the money from the donor, but let's figure out first what is the threat. And none of these people sitting up here, commercial fishers, tour guides, are not the threat. People even at that meeting didn't understand that full protection meant you're not able to even catch bait, Mr. Glenn. You remember that part? And for us in that era, it's the 2% that hold us together. It's the 20%, that hold us together. And there's no way that the community without consultation could ever stand up for something they don't know about.
And the other associations are also demanding more consultations.
After reading up a little bit, and I hear that not even catch and release will be allowed, I think that was a signal for me to at least get up and say, man, can we have a sober conversation here? Can we look at those areas? Because what I saw there was there's a lot more pressure that will come on those areas that are open. If that size of area will be closed off, and we have all these fisher folk, all these tour guides going into that area, and all of a sudden they will not be able to because not everybody snorkel and dive. A lot of them fishing, and so if they are not allowed to go in there and just do sport fishing, it begs the conversation.
When the consultant reached Riversdale, we thought this was a done deal until, I recently, when I spoke with Ewart, he told me, no, this is not a done deal, right? And so that's one of the reasons why fishers from Riversdale decided to pinpoint areas that would, least affect the fishers from Riversdale, and those were pretty much in Area 3, right? And so now moving forward, we're asking, that we need proper consultation. There's a lot of illegal activities happening. And so when we think about, okay, you want to close off more areas, what are we going to do now? Without proper, enforcement, it's like we're not doing anything.
We have said categorically that you cannot call a consultation with a small group of people. One of the questions that we had asked, when you look at the different zones and areas, these areas represent hundreds of fisher folks, tour guides, and other stakeholders. So for us to have a consultation, you want to identify a percentage of those people to get a meaningful consultation, to get the correct feedback that you need in order to make and implement changes. That was not done. We continue to call on the ministry that the approach that they are taking is a top-down approach.
We have been a part of the protected area, and they talk about the no-take zone and things like that. To me, the enforcement is poor. We need more enforcement, but the thing is that why should we protect more and we are not taking care of the one that we have already? No protection is with them. And the thing is that all the years we used to have birds and the key used to go there, you could catch bait, you could do all your towing, your fishing and things like that. Now you get protected and no take zone and nothing that they let it protect.
We do lack enforcement, at least for us in San Pedro. We're all frustrated. It's frustrating that we always hear about them giving us a pill that we have to swallow always without water. And then tell we don't have to deal with this, and that's so ya be because Allah know. They're telling us they're gonna protect sections of the reef, right? That we won't be able to fish there. But they allow barges to run right across and throw all that sediment up. You know, and when we bring that up, they're like, oh, no, we did our research and it's not going to affect that much. When, as a tour guide, when you jump in at the reef and you go snorkel, you even tell your guests don't even kick on the sand for me, leave it at the sand, no go up on the reef.
But a postponement doesn't mean a halt in the project, since the 30% of protected marine space is required under the Blue Bond deal. And this group is saying they're not against conservation, but the areas under discussion need to be readjusted.
The Blue Bond, the debt for nature swap, has significant penalty clause if any of those milestones are missed. But what he's saying is that we understand the government back me deck against the wall, they sign off on it, they mortgage or see for 30%. We understand that, but what we are saying, the areas that are recommended for the high biodiversity zone, we are saying that those areas we can go back, look at it, retweak it, and ensure that we are looking out for the grassroots people.
Know that we're here to dialogue, we're here to converse, we're here to just find out what happened. And I know Mr. Paul asked, so if it's that the government don't do this and don't do that, the worst thing they said, the worst problem you could have that when you don't acknowledge. If we acknowledge that we made a mistake, we reach here and we can't turn nowhere, then you bring our troops in.
Courtney Menzies, 7 News.
The Ministry of Blue Economy will be conducting more focused consultations while the validation workshop is on pause. At first, it was on pace to be implemented imminently, but facing resistance from the business sector, the timeline for transitioning from the Belize Tax Service to a semi-autonomous revenue authority has definitely been put at half speed. Yesterday, the Financial Secretary told us that there is a lot of groundwork to put in before SARA is activated, starting with new legislation.
It's a work in progress. SARA is an acronym for Semi-Autonomous Revenue Administration. And there's a number of things. First of all, we have to do a legislation to create the thing. The legislation has to provide for what the duties and responsibilities, the relationship between that administration and the government. They're collecting government money as an agent in a sense, paying it in. But very importantly, there's also the question of HR, human resources and staff. So it's a work in progress. In fact, we're meeting with the unions to see, because we recognize that staff have, your staff are your employees. They have certain rights and have certain responsibilities, you know. And we don't want to misstep and do anything that would be first outside the law, but more importantly, something that would be negative rather than positive to the system.
We'll keep following it. When it rains in Kikaka, students at Ocean Academy are unable to have classes in their building because of the floodwaters. Back in 2019, there was a groundbreaking for a new parcel of land to put the school on. But now residents are concerned that the land is being given away. 6 years later, there is still no school on the land. And yesterday, we asked the area rep about it. Minister Andre Paris explained that it was the previous administration that did the groundbreaking, but he's already working on moving Ocean Academy, which will be turned into a public school. He told us more via Zoom yesterday.
I've always been working at Ocean Academy. It's a building there that is sitting on a land that started off as a private school, you know, a private school of maybe about 50 students, something as such, by a philanthropic person there in Kikaka. So it has grown now, it has ballooned now to 272 students. Now, the Ministry of Education has secured a tract of land, which is actually waterside on the western side by Bahia as well. And that was swamp. But again, with the working of the companies that were doing the land, the seabed extraction, I was able to secure one of the persons there, that company, to use the land of the Ministry of Education. Of course, I did obtain permission from the Ministry of Education to use that land to fill and create the hills or the mounds of sand that they were giving off for the tongue. And what happened was, I do not know about any shrinking. All right. As a matter of fact, the land is fully filled up now. Okay, it's fully filled up now. So all is now is to build the high school there. So, but it's going to be a government school. Okay, right now it is a private school, but the school eventually is going to change into what is a private. After it's going to be public, right, under the Ministry of Education. That is very important. That is going to happen. As for groundbreaking, I think that was done in the previous administration for political gimmicks, but I have not done no groundbreaking. I have not done anything as such, so, and I'll leave it at that.
When will the school start seeing some development?
Absolutely. Good question. It has to start early next year. The CEO is scheduled to travel to come and visit. Of course, we're waiting for the transition where the Minister of Education came back in, Minister Fonseca. But of course, he was aware of it from back then and working along with the former Minister Rikena as well, brief him on it. And we are scheduled for a visit, on a site visit, because the funds have been secured. And as I said, if we do not use these funds by next year, we stand to lose. It will just go back into the funds of the IFIs, and we certainly will not allow that.
In somewhat related news, on Monday, the Blue Bond and Finance Permanence Unit donated 2 advanced Perimeter 8 drones and a full suite of operational and office equipment to the Belize Coast Guard. The donation is valued at over $322,000 and was funded through the Belize Fund for a Sustainable Future. This investment strengthened the Coast Guard's drone squadron and enhances Belize's capacity for real-time aerial surveillance, enforcement of marine protected areas, and response to illegal fishing. The Ministry of Health and Wellness has formed a National Non-Communicable Disease NCD Committee. NCDs like heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and chronic respiratory diseases continue to be the leading cause of illness, disability, and premature death in Belize. The committee unites what it calls a broad cross-section of national leaders tasked with guiding and coordinating a whole-of-society approach to preventing and managing NCDs. Current national estimates suggest that 1 in 4 Belizeans lives with hypertension, while 1 in 6 is affected by diabetes. Among its key responsibilities, the National NCD Committee will oversee the development and execution of the National NCD Strategic Plan. Smoking is considered a primary risk factor for non-communicable diseases, and that's why the Ministry of Health is proudly rallying around the Tobacco Control Bill of 2025. Dr. Melissa Diaz gave an update on the bill, which has already gone to the House for a first reading and is scheduled to have second and third readings next week.
We're in the process of trying to successfully pass our Belize National Tobacco Bill 2020, Tobacco Control Bill 2025. And we know that this bill is an excellent bill. We know that it's a strong bill, and it's a bill that will make a difference to the public health of our population. So we're asking for the general population to support this bill. And we know that substances like tobacco and alcohol that are legal substances will be used, but it should be regulated. The same way that we regulate when you have a car, and you need to have a driver's license to drive, you need to wear your seatbelt, you need to follow the rules of the road. This is the same way that we intend and hope to regulate the use of tobacco and alcohol in order to reduce the public health issues that we're having from them.
And while the bill is progressive, in a jarring contradiction, we must note that due to the tobacco trade coming out of the northern and western free zones, Belize is the #1 tobacco importer in all of Central America, and it feeds cheap Chinese cigarettes into Mexico, Honduras, and Guatemala through legal and illegal crossings. We'll take a final break. When we come back, we'll tell you how Belizeans fought Google Maps and won. Don't go away.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Champion security, champion security, champion security. Yeah. Your security is our business, so we gonna protect you like a champion, like a champion.
Guess what, Mr. Handsome? Yeah, over there, champion security. This is the place to be. What does sign say? Champion Security. Here at Champion Security, we provide quality service. You know why? Such as triology lock, fire alarm, IP camera system, gate operator, biometric lock, and alarm system. Champion Security. Make a go check out where they go on inside of Champion Security. And boy, nice to meet you, my brother. Tell me a little bit more about Champion Security.
Well, welcome, Mr. Hanson. Here at Champion Security, we offer fire system, alarm system, camera system, gate operator, access control, and also trilogy locks and magnetic locks. Everything you need to do with security systems for residential and businesses, you could find everything here at Champion Security. We also consist of 12 technicians, and we offer technical support 24 hours. So anything you need for your security systems, you could find everything here at Champion Security.
Remember, guys, here at Champion Security, we live by our motto, where your safe stay is our business. Give us a call now. Don't forget to check us on Facebook, Instagram, and all the social media platforms. And continue to shake it to the max all the way. Champion Security, the best place to be. We care for your safety.
You want to rent it? That's not a problem. We got remote gate.
The next time you are passing creative marketing at 146 corner of East Collette Canal and Alenby, don't be shy. Come on in.
Welcome to Creative Marketing, where everything is possible.
We offer services like graphic designs for logos or banners or any other special request. Get designs printed on t-shirts for sporting events, special events like birthdays, or for your business. Get your polos or dress shirts officially embroidered with logos or business names. For special requests, our sewing department can get you fixed up with custom preferences. Our in-house name brands like Eliani's collection produces uniform dress shirts and blouses. For work or school, our Z-Tech Sportswear produces fisherman shirts and dry fit polos for males or females. Ask about other items. In other departments, we produce customized banners and fin feathers. At Creative Marketing, there's so much more. So next time you're in need, come take a look. Call us at 207-2023, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. Creative Marketing, where everything is possible.
One of the reasons I applied for a credit card at Atlantic Bank was because I travel a lot. I'm always going here and there and everywhere, and having that card made my life so much easier. I could literally charge everything. I had no issues. I don't have to worry about carrying money. And that has been one of the most effective points. Using my Atlantic Bank credit card has improved my life drastically. I learned to budget properly, the online service that it gives, the features that it has, and also knowing that when I'm shopping online, it has a protective feature for it. Having an Atlantic Bank credit card, especially having two sons that are always wanting something. They want to shop here and they want to shop there. The good part about it is I get to look at Atlantic online to see where my spending is and to make sure I'm staying in budget.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Belize, get ready. From December 8th to 12th at 8 p.m., Channel 7 brings you Christmas Bram 2025. 5 nights of pure holiday magic. Your favorite media hosts, Brandon, Kevin, Miriam, Indira, and me will light up your evenings with something exciting and different each night. Prizes, surprises, and non-stop fun await. For just 25 cents a ticket, you can enter to win amazing giveaways available right at our office. And don't miss the grand finale on December 12th at Travelers One Barrel Bar, featuring the dynamic Super Furia Band, live on stage. Want to be a part of our live audience? Grab your golden ticket for only $10 and get chances to win fabulous prizes reserved just for you. It's Channel 7's Christmas Bram 2025. So come celebrate with me. 5 nights, endless excitement, and one unforgettable finale. Don't miss it.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Belize Technical College from 1952-2000, it educated some of Belize's finest young minds, many of whom went on to make a huge impact in society. And now a new book hopes to capture the institution's storied half-century history. Deeds, Not Words, is a historical and literary tribute to the legacy of the Technical High School and the Belize Technical College. The book is written by Vernon Card and Leonard Mortis, two former educators at the institution who saw the need to preserve the history of the school and historicize how it has impacted national development and its role in shaping several generations. The book was launched today, and according to one of the authors, Belize has never had anything like it before. Here's Here's more.
3, 2, 1.
From the onset, from the school opened its doors to students in 1952, the institution has been producing all the various people in science and technology for the country, right? In all fields, in engineering, in medicine, doctors, marine scientists, meteorologists, agricultural scientists, nurses, etc., right? And so we figure that even today, there are still people who graduate from here that are holding senior posts in Belize, right? For example, the CEO of the Belize Electricity Board, Mr. John Mencias, he's a technical graduate. The chief engineer, Mr. Evandale Moody, he's a graduate of technical. And there were many other engineers before him from technical. You see, meteorologist Catherine Kamabach, they were from technical. The present World Wildlife head for Belize, Nadia Bud, all these people are from technical, still functioning today, right? And this so it was from way back 1952 and still having an impact on Belize. So we figured that something like that shouldn't just die off and nobody knew anything about it, right?
I was saying on a WhatsApp group that we had as about 40 different technical teachers and associates that something, or people are dying and they're taking with them the story of the Belize Technical College. We need to have something written for posterity. So, when I said that, Mr. Card, the co-author, he immediately started to write, as he said, from memory. And then I did part 2 of the book, which deals with the more deeper research. So I went at the archives department. When I was doing work, I had to take my immunization card. I had to have my mask. So, it was in deep COVID. And I did all my research at the archives, looking at old things there, old newspapers, the Daily Clarion, the Belize Billboard. I went to the National Library in Belmopan. I did interviews with people from the beginning and people from it, and students. And I put all of that together. So my part 2 is more the more serious history.
Are you satisfied with the product?
You can't get this product nowhere, miss. Nowhere this product. Yeah, this is a one of a kind. This is a collector's item. And this thing is going like hot cake. And you could get it on the Amazon.com. All right? You just go to the search engine, type Deeds Not Words, because that's the name of the book. Belize Technical College, it jumps out. So if you're in the diaspora looking at Channel 7 and Creme right now, just jump on to the device, other one. If you're in country, we have a limited supply.
The 582-page book is available on Amazon for $100 US, and it has sold out in Belize. 1 month ago, we told you about the launch of the Salvation Army's annual Kettlebell fundraising drive, and today, the product of all those donations was made visible when the Salvation Army put on their annual Children's Christmas Party at the Holy Redeemer Parish Hall. The event featured musical entertainment, a lunch, and a few gifts for the kids. Jo Marie Lanza was there, and here's how it went.
The Christmas season is a special time for the Salvation Army in Belize. Their annual Children's Christmas Party underscores their mission to provide for the needy, but these soldiers also follow in Christ's footsteps by giving to others and adding joy to their lives. That joy was evident today as they sang a few songs and engaged in the activities that the Salvation Army had planned for them.
The message is hope marches on, and basically to encourage your children to be hope to others, share in the joy, share their joy, help others, and the world continues to revolve. We want the children to understand that just as one person helps you, you are there to help others as well in any little thing that you do. They have numerous activities, gift giving, a meal. The children will participate in activities and program. The program is scheduled to ensure that the children have a good time, but at the same time to share the message of hope to children. Salvation Army has been around for very long, and we want to encourage people to support the work of Salvation Army because you see the crowd in the back, the amount of children we're helping, but we can help more if we get more support from the public, right? And we just want people to understand that this is where your assistance, it goes a long way to making the children happy and to give hope to children.
Up to 400 students were in attendance today from select primary schools. And while they will be leaving with a full belly and a gift in hand, they will also be leaving with an important message that they are valuable.
But one of the things that I really want them to understand is that they are valuable. And not only they are valuable, and God loves them. And I want them to know that we at the Salvation Army, the fact that we are putting our time out to share with them love and respect, them too can learn something so that they can make other people happy as well. Because so many children today, maybe they have difficulty to understand each other. But when they get us as senior people who come to show them love, and they will learn from that and share with other people as well.
It's a yearly event that has never failed to make a difference in the lives of these children. David Vasquez, a member of the Salvation Army Advisory Board, says that he encourages more persons to contribute to the organization so that they can continue to carry out their impactful work. Jo Marie Lanza, 7 News.
And in other news, yesterday a viewer pointed out to us that Sarstoon Island had been sort of claimed by the Guatemalans on Google Maps. The island, which forms part of Belize's southern boundary, had been deliberately mislabeled on Google Maps as Isla Sarstoon, Guatemala. Well, we told our Facebook followers about it in a post, and within 12 hours, no doubt, after many angry edits were submitted to Google Maps, as of this morning, we saw that it had been edited to reflect its true name. The island is now labeled Sarstoon Island, Belize Territory! Exclamation mark and all. According to Google, places are named on Google Maps through a combination of sources, including partnerships with businesses, user contributions, and official governmental and commercial data. 54 women under the Increasing Economic Power for Micro-Entrepreneurs project received training and instruction on digital marketing, branding, labor law, and other valuable skills to build their business. That project came to a close today, a year after its launch, under the Ministry of Human Development in partnership with the government of Taiwan. Here are the highlights from the closing ceremony.
Today, we celebrate 54 women. We celebrate your resilience, your growth, your achievements, but much more importantly, we celebrate your power. Our journey actually started officially in October of 2024, when Phase 1 was launched in Corozal, Belize City, San Ignacio, and Dangriga, with 74 women successfully completing a demanding curriculum of business development, digital payments, mentorship, and entrepreneurship grants. The first phase laid the foundation. It proved that women, when given the tools and equitable opportunities, will transform their lives, their households, and their communities.
This program has given us, as women entrepreneurs, a clearer understanding of our strengths, our weaknesses, and the professional tools we need to build a business that are not only sustainable but also meaningful. Throughout my time, the experience has been genuinely transformative. I've met strong, inspiring women I've connected with not only on a business level but on a personal level. We shared ideas, challenges, and moments of encouragement that reminded me that none of us are on this journey alone. One of my proudest accomplishments from this program is drafting my first ever business plan.
And I think the last number that I saw were 2,000 women, plus their families, who have been so impacted by this project. And so we extend our thanks to our friends and partners of the Republic of China and Taiwan, particularly to the Taiwan ICDF team, Ambassador Lily and her team at the embassy for these steadfast partnerships and support. Your commitment to Belize's development continues to make a meaningful and lasting difference in our communities.
Today, a second cohort of cybersecurity training for higher tier global digital services skills was held in Belmopan. The first session was held in Belize City on Monday, and today the director of the Investment Policy and Compliance Unit at the Ministry of Finance explained how they were able to expand it to 50 more Belizeans.
The objective was to transition the BPO sector into the global digital services sector. And the two projects, one entails development of policy, which we got through a loan from the IDB, and another one is getting higher tier training for the BPO sector, because we're trying to move the BPO sector into a more complex and what we call higher tier services. So we identified 8 different types of services that Belize will be competitive in. One was cybersecurity, we have cloud computing, cloud engineering, CRM, digital marketing. So there's 8 of them. And what we did is that we established a training center in Belize City to undertake the training of those 8 different activities. We brought in people from the UK to give the training. What we did after that, because it's only 50 people that would have been able to train. So what we did is we discussed with the trainers to see if they could undertake other trainings while they were here. So this is an offshoot of that training that we did in Belize of 50 persons, which, by the way, we expanded to 50 more. So right now, with that training and the different spin-offs that we had, including this, we are training over 150 Belizeans in different higher tier services.
For me, I see this business as being very lucrative. For one, we are very lacking. What I mean lacking, that we almost have nobody here that's defending us in terms of the internet. And Belizeans take it very granted. Like I have experienced, not me and also many friends have experienced threats, not only to our family members, but to relatives and also people who we work with. I used to work with my family and my parents at up north, and with that we almost got ransomware on our personal devices, and that caused many problems for them, and that opened my eyes to try to do something for this, because Belize is lacking and we are very vulnerable in this time.
And that's all we have for you for tonight. Thanks for watching. With your news, I'm Indira Craig. Remember, you can find a full transcript of the news at 7newsbelize.com and see the streaming video on our Facebook page. Do have a great night. Join Miriam Abdul-Kawa here tomorrow, and I'll be seeing you back on Monday. So until then, have a great night.